about the money and the drugs. I can rap about the shootings and the thugs. I can rap about the bitches that I fuck. I can't get my niggas back that I lost. I was shooting just to get my point across. I hate to think about relationships I lost. All I really wanna do is be a boss. My aunt left me at the tracks when she crossed. My father died, I swear to God, I was lost. The judge sentenced me, put my life on pause.
Yeah, how's it going? Today is a beautiful day. We have here the latest episode, man, ZeraBrand and whatnot, ZeraBrand Monopoly. We want to have an official sit down. Like I said, via Instagram, ZeraBrand_ a few days ago, we was going to have an official sit down and discuss some of the pending criminal matters, some of the past criminal matters, and, just put more official detail into who MeatBallMoney, what ZeraBrand really started with, came from, what it's really about, what's really going on with the author, with the CEO, the artist, and everything like that. So first and foremost, again, we're gonna start from the top, start from the beginning, and then we're gonna get all the way up to some of those current pending matters that I spoke about a few days ago via Instagram and whatnot and everything. So first, we want to talk about, MeatBallMoney, his upbringing, ZeraBrand Monopoly, where everything kind of originated at. First and foremost, the author, the CEO, the artist, we from Chester, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born and raised, Chester, Pennsylvania, and whatnot. So the upbringing was pretty decent. My mother had seven children altogether. So, always was busy, always had something to do and everything like that. My father was a very important role in my life, always there. For the most part, he raised me, even though my mother and father was not together. All the way up until maybe 7th, 8th grade, I was in like the 9th grade in high school, and I started running track for Chester High School. So track was very positive for me. That was the direction I was going in, trying to run track. It worked out. I did well. I was a distance runner and things like that. So that was like the first sports that I ever played. I always wanted to play football. I played baseball and basketball very, very young. But the baseball league I shut down, the basketball league, I wasn't good at basketball. And then, that was like 4th, 5th grade. Wilmington was like my first elementary school. That got shut down, and we all got transferred to different schools. And I went to Columbus until like the 4th, 5th grade, and Columbus got shut down. Then we all got switched to different schools. Like all the schools was getting shut down and stuff like that. So after transferring from Columbus, we went to Village Charter and everything like that. And that was cool. I got expelled from Village Charter for kicking a hole in the wall on camera and stuff like that. And then, I went to another school for children with behavior. And that same process is when, I had the official IEP, official behavior disability and stuff like that. Just acting out in school, doing very, I wasn't doing the best because of my behavior and stuff like that. Now, that's kind of like the schooling part and what's going on with, MeatBallMoney, so to speak, during those younger years in school. You know what I'm saying? The schools was getting shut down back to back to back. And then when I got to a better school, which was the Village Charter School, it was all right. And then just being aggressive and acting out, I ended up kicking a hole in the wall on camera. So I got expelled from that school and went to a school where it was mainly for children with behavior, Weatherall for those who know, in Chester or whatever in that area. But went there for that. for that reason. That was like 7th and 8th grade. Now, I went to 9th grade at Chester High School and I started running track. Now, that's the schooling part of what was going on early in life for MeatBallMoney. Now, before we even go any further, we're going to go into the personal life of MeatBallMoney early on in those same time spans. So, far as my family go, we come from, like I said, Chester, Pennsylvania. We was more so based, my father was based on the east side of Pennsylvania. My mother and my mother's family was based on the west side of Pennsylvania for the most part. So in that conversation, I grew up in the Highland Gardens section of Chester, and you know, it was a very dangerous neighborhood, very troubling neighborhood. And again, growing up for me, it was pretty fun. You know, we had fun. It wasn't the worst. We had a lot of fun as kids growing up. We had a lot of activities we would participate in, and we just kept ourselves busy. You know, the older guys, you know, they kept the younger kids, you know, far away from what was going on for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we see it, we hear it. It's on the news. We ain't allowed out for those reasons after a certain point of times at night and all of that kind of stuff. Long story short, some of my family members were older than me. So with that being said, the neighborhood was under indictment, you know, and it was, I believe, maybe 2 or 3, it was 3 indictments. So the neighborhood is basically broken down in like 2 to 3 sections, but the neighborhood, one section is called the Highland Gardens and stuff like that. That's basically where the main indictment came. The first indictment was indictment against the Boyd Street Boys. You know, very violent situation, allegedly a very violent situation. A lot of firearms and drug dealing and stuff like that was going on right there. So that's what they called it, the Boyd Street indictment. And then the second indictment was the cutoff indictment, which was like the main major indictment that happened right there where I was being raised on 2700 Nolan Street and everything like that. So that's why it's 27, you know what I'm saying? 2700, man. Born and raised, kind of raised right there. So in the process of all that, we moved across the street to another side of the neighborhood. And same thing was going on there. Another indictment kind of took place. It wasn't as big as those two, but yeah, right across the street over the bridge in Fountainville was another slight indictment. A couple guys got arrested for like homicides and, you know, again, same thing, drug dealing, all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm like, that was about from the age of 4 all the way to the age of, I say, about 6 or 7 or 8. And then everything kind of calmed down because the indictments came, almost 30 or 40 people arrested and stuff like that. Then the feds came and everything like that. They knocked down half the neighborhood and everything like that. So in the process of that, like I said, in about the 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, we moved to the other side of the city, everything like that. Now, that's kind of like the personal and the schooling part of MeatBallMoney upbringing, you know what I'm saying? So school shut down, all of that. And then those indictments, a couple family members, and, you know, again, the older guys, the friends, you know, people that you watching growing up, you know, and stuff like that, all in that same indictment, the cutoff indictment, the Boyd Street indictment, and then a separate indictment where it was just based around, you know, like homicides, guns, and drugs, and stuff like that. Now, these guys, I said, they're about like in the age bracket of like 18 to 30, so I'm just like 7 and 8 and 6 and, you know, maybe 10. So by the time I get to the 9th grade, 12, 13, all that done happened already. So when I got to like the 9th grade, like I said, I had just got expelled from my previous school and stuff like that. So when I got to 9th grade now, I'm still weaving my way through and trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, with life and stuff like that. So now I'm running track in 9th grade. That's going well. And then after 9th grade, my mother, she moved we moved to Upper Chichester, Booth Wynn, and everything like that. You know, a nice suburban area is 15 minutes outside of Chester, so that was a lot better for the upbringing of me and my siblings and everything like that. So when we moved up there, now it was the summer of my 9th grade year after school let out, and we moved over there and stuff like that. And, you know, in the process of moving out of Chester, I was losing family members, we were losing family members due to the violence of the inner city. So in that process, you know, I go to the 10th grade in this different area and stuff like that. Now everything's going well. We was going to do football, me and my brother. We was going to do football, maybe track. It just didn't work out, you know. It just didn't work out. Instead, we was just trying to get money. We was basically getting money, so we was working jobs. And again, like I said, in our upbringing, you know, we had a lot of things, a lot of activities. So, you know, me personally, with a couple of my siblings and friends, you know, we was working and doing landscaping, you know, doing a lot of work for elderly people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just in a blessed position where, you know, at the age of like 10 or 9, I officially had my first check. You know what I'm saying? My first checks. You know, we used to take them to the bank. You know, we had our, you know, our elders, you know, like uncles, aunts, and the programs that we was working with their, you know, their staff. They would take us personally to the bank. We had learned how to cash our checks, and everything was in our name, but we had to have a cosign of, you know, elder with a license, ID, and stuff like that. But, you know, just that experience was good. You know, we was already learning how to get money legitimately and stuff like that. So we was doing that very young, you know what I'm saying, like 10, 11, and all that and everything. So now when we get to like the 10th grade, we moved 15 minutes away from the inner city or whatnot. It's a big difference and everything. So as we doing that, like I said, we was going to play sports, but that didn't really work out. That wasn't the decision we made, me and my brother. But as far as me specifically, I still kept working. We still kept working. You know, we had our workers permit. And then, yeah, so now MeatBallMoney, so to speak, he kept going. We kept going. And it's about 2010 and everything like that. And now as I'm working and stuff like that, you know, like I said, we left the inner city, but we still have family. So, you know, I lost a few family members, we lost a few family members. And that was the tough moments of that time span in 2010. So, you know, I lost probably, you know, a couple other guys, man, Finraw, Kill Will, a couple guys, man. I lost a couple guys and everything like that. So in the process of all that, I was still doing good, you know what I'm saying, as a juvenile. And then, man, let's say a year or two went past, 2012, and now I get my first arrest as a juvenile. First time ever arrested. And the charges was basically a weapons charge for a minor, discharging a firearm for a minor, 3 different attempted homicides, all within that one case, and discharging a firearm into a structure, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but maybe I forget the exact wording. But yeah, discharging a firearm into a structure. And all that. So that was 2012, 16, charged as an adult, and sent to, you know, the adult facility, so to speak, in the area. So now I'm at the prison right here in Delaware County and everything like that. Now, the victims in the case, it was 3 different victims and whatnot. After a few months that went past, I was blessed to have a paid attorney, you know, Enrique Latoya's office represented me and whatnot in this specific case. And you know, we had a lot of things that we had to do to you know, get my situation handled in the best manner. But you know, one thing that happened that was a blessing was the victims in the case. You know, they didn't respond. The district attorney they couldn't reach the victims. They didn't respond, and they had no choice but to basically dismiss the attempted homicide charges or whatever, because the victims wasn't responsive and everything like that to the district attorney anymore. So now I'm just charged with the firearm, aggravated assault, and discharging a weapon into a local structure, basically. So at that point, based on, the information that the police and the district attorney had about my mental health, my living state, and everything like that, and the fact that I wasn't even, the case happened in a different area from where I actually was living and everything like that. Based on all of that information, we had to go through a lot of motions and court dates and, things like that. We had to hire psychologists, doctors, and things like that to come and, speak to the judge and the district attorney on my behalf. They had to get their doctors to speak to me and everything like that. And, we just went through those motions and those court dates to basically get the case decertified back to the juvenile court system and everything like that. And again, this was my first time ever being arrested. So in the aftermath of all of that happening, the money being spent, the court dates, and, me sitting in a juvenile, in an adult facility in the court system for almost 13 months, the judge found it to grant the motion to decertify me back to the juvenile court system. So that was a blessing. It worked out in that manner altogether. After I went to a placement for the firearm and whatnot, it was like 22 months. So now I get released after 22 months. I have to have all of these notes down so I don't miss any important points. But yeah, so that was 2012, 22 months. January 2012, 22 months. I come home somewhere in 2013. Now, as I come home 2013, towards the end, it was like the middle of the summer, and just before school started, I was in school while I was arrested and stuff like that, so I still had my credit. So now I go back to school in order to finish, but I'm finishing like a year late from my actual class. So now my 12th grade year started in 2013. So September 2013, I started school again, and this is like the 12th grade year. Now, all the way through to 2024, everything's going well. Again, I'm working. Always, I was always brought up to work and find a job and, always, do those things, you know what I'm saying? Whether that was from, the older peers in my family. And again, I was just in that position. And, we was going to church, and our church helped us in those aspects as well. Community Baptist, shout out to Community Baptist, always helped us as kids in those areas of, doing things, community things for elders, and doing things in the community, cleaning up trash and all that stuff. So that kind of helped along the road as I was an adult as I became an adult, to always pursue those kind of income streams. So with that being said, when I came home in 2013, that's exactly what happened. I was working again, maybe at like a Domino's, McDonald's, something like that, Starbucks or something, I don't know. But yeah, so now 2014 come, and the inner city struggles, and our family, the family and everything like that, we still, all of that stuff still takes effect and everything like that. So as that was going on and everything, I'm still going to school, still working. And then long story short, just living life as life taking its course. One of my family members lost their life, and stuff like that, man. So, I don't even feel no type of way about shouting him out or nothing like that, man. But yeah, Radiat, passed away, you know what I'm saying, 2014, somewhere in the beginning of 2014. So long story short, as life was going, and, I'm in the pursuit of graduating and in the pursuit of going to college. Now, during the summer of 2014, right before graduation. I go to prom. I went to prom. I went to prom by myself. I went to graduation. At that point, you know, I had a girlfriend, and I graduated with her. That was cool and everything. So then by the time it was like June, middle of June, end of June, I was arrested again. Now I'm arrested, and this is in Delaware. Now I'm arrested in Wilmington, Delaware. The storyline behind this is basically that morning in June after graduation, me and a friend, a so-called friend, you know, we were in trap. Well, the night before, we had spent the night at his girlfriend's house or whatnot, and me and his girlfriend had a sister, and we had spent the night there with them. So I had left my car keys and my phone and some money in the room with his girlfriend, little sister. So that's how the case even happened. Cause that morning we was going back to pick up the things I left in the room and stuff like that. And in the process of traveling back to Wilmington from Pennsylvania, because there was an accident on the highway, so we had to take a detour through the city, and we got pulled over. You know, just being around the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? Is how I'm gonna sum up the fact that I was arrested that morning. Being around the wrong people. You know, someone who want to pop perks and pills in the early morning. You know, and put their foot and all that out the window, like they on the beach and everything like that. Yeah, and they got us yanked over, got us pulled over by the police. So, in the aftermath of that, the police, I didn't have a license, I had a permit, but he had a license, so that's why I was driving. In the same time span, and the police pulled me out. They questioned me. You know, it wasn't supposed to pull me out, but they did. They pulled him out, pat him down, and everything like that. Long story short, since I'm moving around talking to the officer, I get cuffed, placed in the back of the police car. Long story short, they ask him for permission to search the car. They give him permission to search the car. They search the car somewhere in the center console. Apparently, they find a firearm, a handgun. Now, when they find this firearm and handgun, excuse me for a second, I'm trying to find this page. As they find this handgun somewhere in the vehicle, now, you know, they're questioning him about the firearm. You know, it's his girlfriend's car. I don't know anything about the firearm. Long story short, he, you know, he immediately tells on me. He immediately cooperates and stuff like that. So the police officer come back to the car. Excuse me, sir. He's saying this is your firearm. It's homicides on his firearm. Do you know anything about this? What he's talking about? I'm like, I don't know nothing about what he's talking about. Nothing about the homicides of that firearm. So in the aftermath, they took us to the police station and everything like that. What I didn't know was when we got to the police station, they took him. I knew they took him out of the cell first. We were separated. He was in a separate cell, but they took him to do whatever first. What I didn't know was they took him to an interview room, and he had maybe a 30-minute interview or something like that. I don't know how long the interview was, but I didn't never get a chance to hear the interview. But I did speak to my counsel, and I did have paperwork that kind of briefly spoke or worded some of it. But basically, yeah, that was what he was saying. It was 2 homicides on a firearm, and it was my firearm. And he knew all about me and what I was doing, what I'm into, what I got going on. He knew all about my family, those indictments. We grew up in the same neighborhood. He knew all about those indictments, the Cutoff indictment, the Boyd Street indictment, a Fountainville indictment for homicides and drug dealing, all of this. So he spills all of this to the police in the midst of his interview to convince them that this is my firearm and everything like that. So now when they come and speak to me, they asked me, do I want to speak to him about whose firearm it is. I say no, I want to speak about the firearm. Now they say okay. So as we sitting in there waiting to get processed, again we in Wilmington, Delaware, and this guy he's crying. Oh my gosh, I got a son. My son just got born. He's just a baby. You know, can you do this? Can you do that? And you know, I pay your bill. I pay for the lawyer. This, that, and the third. You know, at that moment he's working for a casino, so he feel that he's telling me, you know, all of that, and you know, trying to persuade me basically to why I should basically say that it's mine, so he can get out to his son that's just born, and you know, his career at the casino, his job, and all of that. So you know, I kind of took his word. I said okay. So now we contact the officers, and then I go upstairs and I try to tell the officers like, yeah, this firearm is mine and whatnot. This guy never touched the firearm. It wasn't his firearm. The night before we got in the car, I put it in the center console and everything like that. He never seen it. He never touched it and everything like that. So they took that statement, and now the case moved forward. I get arrested. I'm in the prison in Wilmington, Delaware. He's there for a couple of weeks, and then he bailed out. I'm on probation, so I couldn't bail out. I'm on probation in Pennsylvania, the juvenile probation still for the juvenile case and everything like that. So I couldn't even bail out if I wanted to, but he bailed out. And as I'm sitting there, you know, couple crazy decisions, grimy decisions on the outside that he pulled off. Like my car was in his name, for example. He had the police come to my house and tow the car and everything like that, because the car was in his name, so he towed the car. Yeah, all of this other stuff. You know, after he cooperated and threw the whole case on me, this is what he did when he got released on bail. So now, as I'm sitting in prison while the case is going on, I get the discovery. I'm talking to my lawyer. We're going through the motions. This guy, he took the firearm out of the center console and stuffed it in the glove box and hurried up and took the key off the key fob and locked the glove box and stuffed the key in his pocket. This is what like the police officers kind of was able to observe as they was kind of like trying to search him or approach the car or something like that. So in the aftermath of that, I was fighting the case. He was on the streets, and I went to a suppression hearing. We had all of these points on the suppression hearing to get the case thrown off of me or automatically from that point. But the suppression hearing was dismissed, and it didn't work. You know, one specific point I do remember is in the state of Delaware, whether you have a license or not, whether it's your car or not, if you're the driver, you're the sole controller of the vehicle. Anything about searching the car or anything is in your possession as the driver of the vehicle. That was one of the points that we argued for the suppression hearing, as far as him giving them permission to search the car and everything like that. They never was supposed to just disregard me as the sole owner of the car at the moment while I'm driving. That's the law in Delaware. Not to mention I have a permit and he had a license. So it was all right. We had a lot of points. It didn't work. So now as we moving forward the trial, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. We moving forward the trial. He couldn't take it to trial because he already admitted that he took the gun from the center console and stuffed it in the glove box. He just tried to, in his statement, he said he moved it from the center console to the glove box because I told him to. So the police didn't ever see him do it. I was mistaken that part, but they didn't see him do it. They seen him. They found the key in his pocket to the glove box once they searched him. But he told him that I told him to move the gun from the center console to the glove box, and then they found the key to the glove box in his pocket. So he couldn't fight the case. Either way, he had possession. Either way, he knew about the gun in the vehicle. Either way, he actually touched it. So at that point, we're moving forward to trial. So as we move forward to trial, again, I made a statement saying the gun was mine. He never touched the gun at all. He never seen the gun at all. He never knew the gun was ever in the vehicle at all. So that's where what he said was conflicting with what I said, and and stuff like that. Mind you, again, this guy's telling on me, and he's mentioning homicides and drug indictments from 8 years ago and all of this. So now I'm recanting my statement, right? I'm telling the police and the district attorney, like I never possessed this firearm. I never touched this gun, and I never knew the gun was in the vehicle. This vehicle's not mine, right? This is his girlfriend's vehicle. He's saying he moved it from the center console to the glove box. Y'all found the glove box key in his pocket. I never knew it was a gun in the glove box or the center console, right? That's basically what's going on now as we forwarding towards trial. As we forwarding towards trial, he takes a plea to the gun. When he takes a plea to the gun, he gets some parole. Mind you, he's out on bail anyway and stuff like that. So now I'm going to trial. Apparently, before we get to trial, he's supposed to come and testify at the trial against me. Is what they was about, what they was doing. As we're going to trial, they're preparing him to come and testify against me. In the process, before we could get to the trial date, apparently he got into a car accident and he died. So now the co-defendant died in a car accident after he takes the plea, and now we get ready. We continue the trial. So in the first trial, we go with a 12-panel jury trial, and everything like that. Me and my counsel, we picked the jury, and we had strong defense. We felt confident in our defense and everything like that. It was a tough case. Even though I'm recanting the statement as well, it was still a tough case because, again, the statement was evidence. I did say the gun was mine. I did say I found it in the park. I did say I put it in the center. I did say I put it in the center console the night before we even got to his girlfriend's house. And I did say he never seen the weapon at all. He never possessed the weapon at all. So, those things right there was evidence. It's just that as that was evidence, his statement was the exact opposite, which made it clear that I'm lying. So, his statement just made it clear that I was lying. He's saying he knew about the gun. He had the gun. He moved the gun from the center console to the glove box. He had the key to the glove box in his pocket and all of that. So it just proved that his statement just proved that my statement was a lie. So when I would go to recant my statement, it was valid. You know what I'm saying, for me to recant the statement and everything like that. But again, the case was tough. The state put their case in front of the jury, and we put our defense in front of the jury and everything like that. After a day or two of trial, I think we had a mistrial first and everything like that. And we was able to tell the jury that he took a plea as well and everything like that. And, we wasn't really trying to allow the district attorney to tell the jury about my juvenile case. But he had a slight entry about it, that I was on probation for a firearm offense. That was kind of like the most he was able to basically say to the jury and everything like that. So now, in the same process of the trial, again, I want to point this out because I want to point out how dirty the state play, how dirty the government can be in certain circumstances and stuff like that. Where basically they're trying to use this guy against me to prove he's saying is multiple homicides on a firearm, and those homicides just happened weeks ago. Now they're trying to use this guy against me to prove me guilty of this firearm for God knows who knows what, maybe to arrest me for a homicide, that might have been or might not have been linked to that weapon they found. All right, so it's just like they was playing that dirty. Like it was arrest you for a firearm with a confidential informant and convict you of a firearm, then pin you with homicides, right? Kind of like one of those ideas is what it looked like. In the process of that, I'm going to trial. In the middle of the trial, they feel like they're not going to win, so to speak. And I'm approached by the district attorney in a private room without my counsel and stuff like that. So as I'm approached by the district attorney in a private room without my counsel, I'm being threatened. I'm not going to be allowed out of the state without a felony. All kind of slander, all kind of disrespect, all kind of threats, and everything like that. So I get nervous. You know, I'm fearing for my life almost. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm kind of scared now. So we go back into the courtroom. I put on record with the judge, you know, like, this is what's going on. This is what I just had to deal with. And this is what somebody is saying to me from the district attorney side of the courtroom right now. Why my attorney's not present. Mind you, this is a public defender on my case and everything like that. So, you know, again, I'm just a 19-year-old kid, and this is what's all going on. So, long story short, you know, I made sure to put all of that on record. You know what I'm saying? We already had the suppression hearing on record, just in case of an appeal. You know, because like I said, the suppression was not even supposed to be dismissed. It was actually supposed to be granted. You know, we had like 13 grounds on there for a reason why the firearm and everything connected to that car was supposed to be suppressed on my behalf from that moment. But we had to go through trial. So now we go through the trial. I put more stuff on the record in front of the judge on record just to make sure and protect myself, because I see how crazy and dirty, you know, the state was trying to act in the courthouse. So now, again, long story short, the trial was a mistrial for all charges and stuff like that. It was like an 8-4, 8 people saying not guilty, 4 people said guilty, and that's where the trial was deadlocked at. So that was the first trial in 2014. The second trial was in 2014. The second trial was in 2015. 2015, the second trial was at the beginning of 2014, like February, March. This time, I told the counsel, let's go with a judge trial. You know, I don't know what the reason why was at the moment. I just felt confident, felt comfortable. I felt like a judge was going to be more impartial and just get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Like a jury is like, all right, 8-4. And then, you know, I'm trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? I just graduated. You know, at the time I had a girlfriend. And then I got siblings, younger siblings that's just being born and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get home to life. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get home and continue and stuff like that. You know, right before I got arrested for this, I was planning to go to college anyway. So it was like, for this to have happened, it kind of was like really getting in the way. So now, 2015 come, I'm like, all right, let's just go with a judge. So the judge got to just make the decision. You know what I'm saying? No more mistrial, the jury not sure. Let's go with the judge. The judge is going to say guilty or not guilty. So when we went with the judge heard the case. He looked at the evidence. He looked at this. He looked at that and everything. One important factor I want to bring out again, another important factor was the police officers in the case. We impeached the police officers in the case. So that was another important factor to impeach the police that got on the stand. At the suppression hearing, they said one thing. They slandered me all at the suppression hearing and stuff like that. But at the suppression hearing, they slandered me. At the preliminary hearing, they said something else. In the paperwork, they were saying something. In the paperwork, they said something. In the preliminary hearing, they said something else. So now when we get to the suppression hearing, they saying this. So now it's like, all right, at trial, we impeaching them. We impeached them because you seeing this in the paperwork. You said this at the preliminary. We get to the suppression hearing. You seeing something totally different. Now we at the trial, and now we impeaching you, and basically we striking your credibility from the record. Nobody believes you. You're not credible to get somebody convicted. You're not credible to help this conviction. So we impeached these guys, these police officers, and stuff like that. You know, that was just another factor I want to bring and make sure I talk about that. So now when we had the judge trial, all of this is the same thing. We going over the same thing, the same information, the same evidence, the same police had to come and testify. We already impeached them. Everything was the same. Now, at the end of the judge trial, I'm convicted of carrying a concealed deadly weapon, but I'm found not guilty on possession of a firearm by a person prohibited. And again, that was like where as it could get, because it's like, how am I found not guilty of possession of a firearm by a person prohibited, but I'm found guilty of a concealed deadly weapon? So it's like, am I in possession of a weapon or not? But the weapon is concealed in a glove box, and I'm in a car. So I got found guilty of concealed deadly weapon. In the process of that, you know, courtesy of my family and, you know, a friend from high school, a girl from high school that I knew, her sister was a little older, and you know, the girl from high school and my family, you know, they helped you know, bail me out before sentencing. So in Delaware, I don't know if that's every state you can do that, but in Delaware you can bail out awaiting sentencing. So I bailed out before sentencing and everything like that. So shout out to her, you know, and whatnot, Sarah and all that. Yeah, we want to name drop and everything. It's all love though, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Rameem Naylor, he that was the co-defendant, the confidential informant on my case and everything like that. Apparently he got into like a crazy car accident or something and died before we can even get the trial. But yeah, he took the plea to the gun and everything like that. So now it's 2015, I bail out, and in the process of that, I immediately get a job again. Immediately start working. Immediately. So the girlfriend I had at the time, we still was together. Well, we wasn't still together. I just came home and, you know, we started talking again. As I come home, we started talking again. In the process, you know, I wasn't letting, you know, the criminal system, I wasn't letting that slow me down from where I'm going in life or whatever, so to speak. So, you know, while the case was pending for sentencing, mind you, this is like April or March when I'm bailing out, and you know the sentencing date wasn't until like August or September or something. So that was like a 5-6 month time span and everything like that. So I'm not letting this slow me down and everything like that. And in the process, you know, I was working and everything, so I made the decision, and my girlfriend at the time, we made the decision to basically go to college and everything like that. So now we put everything together, and I go to a college, Lehigh University in that area, and whatnot. So now we on college campus and everything like that, and everything's going well and everything. It's just in the process of me being there, I had to go to the sentencing hearing, and I got sentenced to 1 year parole and 1 year parole, I believe, 1 year parole, something like that, and time served for the actual firearm charge. So in the process of that, the parole guy told me I couldn't be on a college campus, or I couldn't be that far away from home while I'm on parole. So, you know, I had to withdraw from school. Everything was like that. Everything was cool though. It was like whatever. You know, I got some education and everything. So now, as I withdraw from school, I come home, and now here it is. That's all 2015. That's all about 2015. So now 2016 come. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do now, because like, all right, college didn't work. 2016 come around. I win the appeal because me and my lawyer, me and my counsel, we have appealed the gun in Delaware. So 2016 come, I appeal the case in the United States Federal Appeal Court and stuff like that. And it took about a year or some change. Well, not even a year or some change. It took about 9 months or something. Because I got sentenced in 2015. It took about all the way to almost the middle of 2016 or something like that. Like, I want to say March maybe. March of 2016, I won the appeal. So now I'm no longer on parole or none of that stuff. So now everything went well. Everything's going well. And I'm just moving forward. I'm working couple grocery stores, fast food restaurants, everything like that. I'm like 20, 21 years old now. And I'm still trying to figure it out because it's like, all right, I just left college and I just spent a bunch of money and everything like that. And now what's next? I'm trying to figure out what to do next in life because that was a very, very tough experience from 2012 to 2014. So now it's 2016. I'm trying to figure it out. Long story short, I started typing a book that I've been working on, Equal Differences and everything. And now I'm working on ZeraBrand clothing and everything in 2016. So in the process of me working on ZeraBrand clothing, I was making the clothes and trying to sell them around in Chester. And, it just wasn't working out. I guess maybe I wasn't popular enough, or maybe the clothes, or maybe the price was too high, or I don't know, maybe the design wasn't clicking for people in that specific area. So in that line of conversation, I went and started moving around with the clothes, and I started going here and there. I switched a couple states and I switched a couple cities. Long story short, since I went to college, it just clicked in my mind, like I might as well take it to a college campus. So I might have went around like Widener campus, passing business cards out, trying to get people to buy into the clothes. I went to like Villanova University, which is right there where I'm at in Chester, passing out business cards, talking about the clothes, showing the clothes and everything like that. And that's kind of what led me to Villanova University and whatever. So, and then I get up there and passing out business cards and T-shirts. And then I went back on one specific night trying to pass out business cards and T-shirts. I was actually working, but I was on break, and I hurried up and went up there. And I'm passing out business cards and T-shirts. I'm trying to pass out. And it was like I was outside of like a bar or something like that. And I was trying to speak to the lady in the bar about coming there possibly to kind of like do an open mic poetry night or whatever and everything like that. So when I was done talking to them at the Grog or something like that, I kind of was walking down the street about to leave, and I kind of seen, Adrianna Hahn walking down the street or whatever. So that was kind of like the first moment that, we kind of interacted and kind of connected. And then we kind of was following each other on social media at the same time, where I kind of was following her like that. So in that aspect, that's kind of where 2016 went for me and everything like that. Now, as I'm kind of just back and forth, messing around, having fun, passing the cards and T-shirts out, and, networking at colleges and everything like that. I'm kind of rapping on YouTube and doing poetry all on YouTube and everything like that. And, that was kind of working out well for me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, so and I meet Adrianna and everything like that. Everything was going well. It was a beautiful experience, 2016. And I kind of moved forward. Now, in 2016 as well, all of that kind of came with a lot of headaches, so to speak, far as, I don't know, I never really looked at it as fame or anything like that, but I guess just the attention from, moving forward, trying to rap, the attention from moving forward, trying to promote clothes and all of that kind of stuff, it just kind of came with, some negative attention from strangers, from people, from, the public and whatnot. So, as I'm still doing what I do to get money, as far as, working at 9-to-5s and stuff like that, grocery stores. I happen to be working at a grocery store or a supermarket, you might say, like Kmart or something like that. And, again, the discrimination, the ridicule, the hating, it all kind of, it was the same thing going on and on and on from job to job. So now here it is. Because of that, I kind of lost the job in 2016. And, you know, because I was approached, this guy, he telling me, he screamed my face cursing. I'm telling him, no, I'm not doing that. You're not cursing at me, telling me what to do. Like, I'll do it, but you got to speak to me with some respect. He wasn't trying to hear it. We go to the manager. The manager, like, you got to listen to him even if he's cursing at you, or you can go find another job. I say, okay, y'all can have your vest and I'll go find another job. And look, I lost the job. So now, as I'm kind of going through that stage, you know, trying to be an entrepreneur and still, you know, make a living, so to speak, you know, I'm going through that. So, long story short, 2017 come. February 1st, 2017, I went to New York. And that was like for my birthday and everything like that, you know, just to, you know, celebrate my birthday. Celebrate, not just the birthday. Celebrate, you know, just everything. And, you know, again, I went to New York for the first time in like 2014. I went twice in 2014. And so, you know, I just wanted to go back. It was my birthday, and I just felt like it was just the perfect time for me to go. So I went for the third time, you know, in 2017. So, yeah, we just spent the whole day there, had some fun, went to the aquarium, got some pizza, went to Coney Island, the Jackie Robinson statue, you know, went down Lower Manhattan and stuff like that. We was just surfing around, man, having fun, enjoying life, man. It wasn't nothing really too crazy going on. We just was enjoying life, man, and stuff like that. So now, in 2017, since I couldn't maintain an actual job and everything like that, because of the ridicule I was facing, because I'm trying to do music and books and this and that, and then I met Adrianna Hahn, I'm promoting that and everything like that at Villanova. So it was kind of like, I don't know, it was just tough for me. So in the summer, soon before the summer started, you know, I started a landscaping venture and everything like that. And I called it Xerascaping. Like, it was really a professional move that I had basically put in motion and everything like that. So, you know, again, I was like 10 years old and working for the city, and we was doing stuff for elderly people. It was like the city had a list of elderly people in the city, and that's what the city was paying us, but they had a list of elderly people that couldn't do it. So that's why I was like, all right, if the city had 200 elderly people that can't cut their grass, they had the program set up where, you know, the kids or whoever was underneath the program would just go out and, you know, help those elderly people and cut their grass, and the city would pay, you know, whoever was cutting grass for the elderly people. So I already kind of had that kind of aspect about what to do and how to go about it, you know, because we was doing that at 10 and 11. So fast forward all the way to 2017, that's what I was doing. That's where I was going at with it. Like, I can't work. I'm gonna just go and start knocking on some elderly people's doors, seeing if I can just, you know, cut their grass. They ain't trying to go out there and cut their grass in 90-degree weather and all of that, and try to sweep it up and all of that. So, you know, for the younger guys out there, man, like, just keep that in mind. If you ever in a position where you can do that, or in a city where, you know, people have yards and stuff like that, you know, man, go help the older people, man, older women, older guys. You know, they can't go out there and bend over and keep picking up water bottles and, you know, trying to put 70-pound bags of grass in the trash can for them to come pick it up, stuff like that. So it's just an opportunity, man. You helping them, you helping the community, and everything like that. So yeah, that's what I was doing with Xerascaping 2017. In the process, 2017, I was working out. Now I get pulled over, leaving the gas station at nighttime in Delco. So now, as I'm getting pulled over in Delco at nighttime, the police officers pull me over, you know, immediately from the window. They talking about, oh, what's up with this homicide over here and over there and this and that. And I'm like, come on, man, what y'all talking about? What is this about, right? And, you know, they like, we put you over because you got a headlight out. I'm like, all right, so if you got a headlight out, you supposed to be giving me a ticket for the headlight. I got a license and you're supposed to let me drive off. They harassed me about some type of crazy cases and allegations, allegedly this and allegedly that, right? So now, in the process of that, they pulled me out, they get aggressive, they searched me, pat me down, they didn't find anything. I had a machete in the car because that was one of the tools I would use when I'm landscaping. So the machete was in the back, somewhere in the car, and they springboarded from that to you were intoxicated, you swerving in the lanes, everything like that. They didn't smell any marijuana, alcohol, they didn't see any marijuana, alcohol, or whatever. And, I denied to give them blood because I was that frustrated and everything like that. And plus, that's just how I felt. So I just didn't want to give them blood, so they arrested me. So in the process, I'm arrested for the DUI, and I lose their escaping. So now, now I'm planning to go to trial for the DUI. It was just in the very last moments of that process. I was basically, I'll say, coerced by the court once again to not go to trial because I'm being threatened with being convicted on purpose and sent to a state prison. So that's kind of where the DUI conviction come from and everything like that. So I took the DUI on the chin. Again, it's like a 21-year-old guy, 20-year-old guy, a little moment like that. For DUI, I'm like, I ain't trying to go upstate and all of that, and for a year or two, and then have to try to appeal this and all that. So, it was all right. I took the punch. Now I come home and everything like that, and I just go back to work, and I'm still doing it. It's just that, ZeraScaping was down, but I picked back up on ZeraBrand clothing. I picked back up on that. I tried to pick back up on that in 2018. So in 2018, we picked back up on ZeraBrand clothing, and I'm back selling t-shirts and stuff like that now. So now we come out with some new logos, some new ideas. I like Pablo Escobar and his wife. I put them on a t-shirt. I like the idea of power. I like the idea of money, and stuff like that. The whole thing about him allegedly with the drugs, I don't know about none of that and everything like that. I just like the idea of power and the idea of money, the idea of being with a woman. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like the idea, the inspiration behind me putting that logo, or not the logo, that image on a t-shirt with my logo and everything like that. So that was just the background of why that picture, that image landed on my t-shirt with the logo. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact of being with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I wanted to put an emphasis on that, you know what I'm saying? And being powerful and having power, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to put an emphasis on that. And then, of course, having money and, getting money, being legitimate, I wanted to put an emphasis on that and everything like that. So that was kind of like my whole thing about putting the image on a t-shirt, putting that specific image on my t-shirt with my logo. So, now I'm pushing ZeraBrand clothing in that direction, and everything like that. And I'm still working, still grinding, still going hard, legitimately, and everything like that. I miss all the ridicule, the hate, and everything. In the process of all of that, again, being from the inner city and everything like that, I still had some adversity, so to speak. I still had some informants mentioning me. I still had informants trying to implicate me, and still had informants trying to see me about some kind of discrepancy they feel like we once had or we might have had, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. I don't know these guys. I never knew these guys, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that was kind of what was going on. It was kind of tough because I'm just working again. I'm like working at Amazon. I'm working at grocery stores. I'm working at McDonald's, and I'm being harassed by police, getting pulled over about homicides that informants are talking about, and everything like that. And I'm like, I'm not even associated with none of those homicides or none of that kind of stuff, right? But I guess these informants were just trying to really see my downfall, see me get ruined, you know, based off of what they talking about to police. Every time the police pull me over or search me or anything, you know, it was nothing about a firearm or drug dealing or nothing like that. I never got arrested for drugs except minor drugs. When I might have been smoking marijuana, they might have found marijuana. You know, stuff like that. You know, never really no hardcore drug, no hardcore drugs ever, no large amounts of drugs ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. Like, I just wanted to clear that up as well. But yeah, so 2018 come, the DUI probation gets closed. Now 2018 come, and I'm again with the close, and I'm working out, and I'm getting everything back in motion. In the process, summer 2018, I get arrested. I get pulled over for, again, the same excuse over and over and over, broken tail light. I get pulled over for a broken tail light again. This time I don't have a license, but I'm driving without a license. The police pulled me over, pulled me out of the car. They searched the car up and down. They don't find anything. You know, the car was in somebody else's name. Long story short, they find a firearm underneath the hood of the car and everything like that, wrapped with tape and all of that and everything. So now I get arrested for a firearm, and you know, in the middle of 2018 in the summer. So long story short, I take a deal for the firearm, and since I don't have a record in Philadelphia at least, and I don't have a record in Delaware County either, so the firearm was a misdemeanor 1, a M1, almost a felony 3. In some instances, people consider it the same thing. But yeah, so just that right there happened in 2018. The little firearm with the tape around the handle underneath the hood of the car, and whatever. I did about 10 months on State Road in Philadelphia behind that right there. And, you know, everything. So now, 2019, I'm released and I'm back home. Same thing, working, grinding, and everything, getting right back in motion, getting my life back in the right direction, so to speak. And now, as that's taking course, towards the end of 2019, so to speak, you know, I ended up getting shot in the head. I know everybody's probably really been curious about this story, been curious about my physical element and what's been going on with that, you know. A lot of people see me in the hospitals, you know, seeking attention. You know, I've been doing physical therapy here and there. I've been, you know, contacting doctors. I've been trying to get a lot of medical attention for this, for that situation that happened right there. So, long story short, yeah, I don't know who shot me, right? I don't know who it was, and all that kind of stuff. It was just a random night, 2019. Towards the end of 2019, around November, December, or something like that, the early months of 2020, maybe like January or something, January, February, I don't know. But walking down the street, and I just happened to just be walking in the wrong area, wrong time of night, and shots fired, and it was just one of those weird things. It was just like I wasn't sure, and I kind of stumbled. It was like, you know, something like that. Everything I totally forgot everything. Like everything, it was like totally forgot everything. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing that I survived it, and but I totally forgot everything. When I tried to get medical attention, I wasn't helped. The medical staff, they wouldn't help me. They wouldn't try to get me a doctor. You know, the bullet wound was ignored. You know what I'm saying? I had blood stains on my clothes, you know, like the bullet, you could actually see it stuck in my head. I took a picture and everything. So, you know, I was ignoring help. It wasn't a fun experience, but like I said, I forgot everything. I survived it. So that was 2020 at the beginning or the end of 2019. So long story short, in 2021, now, this is post-pandemic, after the pandemic, and this is you know, the official sit down, man. We talking about MeatBallMoney, and you know, what all the fanfare is for, man. You know what I'm saying? What all the fanfare is for, you know, what all the talk is about, man. What all the ridicule, all the doubt, you know what I'm saying? And all that is what it's been about, you know what I'm saying? What MeatBallMoney rap career been about, man? What his story been about, you know what I'm saying? That's why this sit down is necessary today. You know what I'm saying? What this harassment from the law enforcement been, what it been about, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we giving this exclusive right now to clear some of that up, man, and kind of make it all reality, man. Bring it all to the forefront of reality. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we ain't gotta keep going back and forth. No more nitpicking, no more arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna get it all over with today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. So that's why we talking right now on this exclusive sit down. ZBM, ZeraBrand Monopoly, man. You know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Equal Differences is live today. You know what's going on. Volume 4 just dropped. And all of that, man. Sign Unsigned, Ball of Pain 1, Ball of Pain 2. You know what I'm saying? Sneaker and Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like Superior Sadiddy 2. Yeah. Like all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we streaming live. You know what I'm saying? All across the world on all the streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? ZeraFit streaming live through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. Like I said, we was doing that YouTube rap and poetry, man, back in 2017, 2016. You know what I'm saying? And again, it was a glitzy attraction. There was a lot of saxophone silence, you know what I'm saying? And all that. Yeah, and you know, we still only got one view on those YouTube videos. And you know, on the ZeraFit, on the studio recordings, and the sessions that we did, you know what I'm saying, in 2021, 2022, and 2023. We still only got one view on YouTube, but that's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of fanfare, you know what I'm saying? And we just gonna charge all the fanfare to it, you know what I mean? So, back to where we going at. And man, back to where we going at, man. We get into the current moment in 2021. So 2021, here we go. After the pandemic, post-pandemic, we dropped the first album, Ball of Pain. And we've been putting ZeraBrand clothing on hold. We're going to put it on the back burner while we dealing with all of this, while we dealing with everything that's in front of us, right? We dealing with all of the, whatever you want. We can break down 100 different words, but we're dealing with the adversity, dealing with, you know, harassment. We're dealing with law enforcement. We're dealing with the court system, judicial. We're dealing with this. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with the corporates. We're dealing with this. We're just dealing with everything. So ZeraBrand clothing had to get put on the back burner. We're dealing with the inner city nitpicking, inner city informants, and all of that. We're dealing with all of that, man. Like, whatever you want, we just dealing with everything in the front of us. You know what I'm saying? So ZeraBrand clothing had to get put on the back burner. In the process, in 2021, we come home, we home and we get right to it. We drop Ball of Pain. Ball of Pain 1, 7 songs. We released them in 7 different variations. We didn't put it together like a album or EP. We just separately released it in separate songs on YouTube and all the streaming sites and stuff like that. So, you know, that's where you hear You Were There, Coke, Lingo Up, and all of that, man. Zookeeper, couple other tracks, man, all bangers. What's that? I forget the other one. Oh, Fast Car Back, Lavish Living. You know what I'm saying? Lavish Living, that's another one. Yeah, we had a lot of great songs on that one. That was just the first one. We had 7. And Ball of Pain 2, we had another 7. Yeah, we recorded 14 songs, you know, in the Ball of Pain, in the first Ball of Pain structure. And then we just broke it in half. Ball of Pain 1, Ball of Pain 2. In the process of all of that, you know, I feel like, again, when we drop that Ball of Pain, you know what I'm saying? Man, if reality ain't spiral out of control, then I don't know what to call it. But yeah, it all led to this. What we just were talking about on Instagram a few days ago. Now we're going to bring it all the way down. So 2021, we catch 3 different cases. We catch 4 different felony cases in New Jersey. All right? 4 different felony cases. The first felony case was on a train. A woman makes a wild accusation saying she was sexually assaulted by somebody sitting across from her. There's no evidence she was ever sexually assaulted. It's just that the camera shows me on a specific day sitting across from her, and then I got up and moved and got off the train. I was never charged for that specific sexual assault that day or that week or nothing. But I guess she made the complaint. The police were investigating and or whatever, right? So that was the first case. I didn't get charged for that case right away. That was the first case. The second case came where, again, traveling from Pennsylvania to Jersey to go to work, right? This one specific night, I'm traveling to Jersey to go. It was like a Friday or Saturday night. I wasn't traveling to go to work, actually. I was traveling to go to a bar, like to watch a football game and have a drink. So that specific night, that's where I was in the process of going. When I was on the train, since my equilibrium be off because of the element that I've been dealing with, I might fall asleep real fast on a bus or a train, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of fell asleep, woke up, 3 different people sitting across from me and everything like that. In the process that I'm sitting across from me, they got up and moved in the train stop, and then they got off. At the train stop, I get up to look around like, damn, I had forgot what was going on, like far as like why the train just sitting here for like extra 3 minutes. And then I realized, like, oh, it's the last stop. It's turning around. So I got up and looked around, or it's turning around. And I had missed my stop because I fell asleep or whatever, right? And I'm on my phone and all that. So long story short, while I'm waiting for the train to turn around, officer come and arrest me. Put cuffs on me. We got to speak. Oh, no, I'm arresting you. I have an accusation. These 3 women are saying, 3 females are saying X, Y, and Z. You sexually harassing them. So long story short, they look at the camera. They look at the videos of the camera footage right there while I'm in the cop car. And, everything like that. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, I'm basically on the verge of, like, being a married man. Like, I'm just trying to go to a bar and have a drink. If anything, I might try to meet somebody there. But just to be on the bus, the train, doing anything, that's not what's going on tonight. So, and everything like that. I start breaking down, talking about high hoops and all kind of shit. So, excuse my language. The police officer ended up letting me go and writing me a summons to come to court. Mind you, while all of this is going on, the courthouse in New Jersey, if not a lot of other states, the probation offices in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, all of those buildings and everything was closed down because of the pandemic. So they released me with a summons ticket for one of those court dates on camera, so to speak, or whatever, because that's where everything was on camera at the moment because the courts was all down and everything like that. So now they released me that night. Boom. So now, all right, cool. Fast forward. That night I get released. So now a couple nights later, I'm at work, but the police know where I work at. Police know where I work at because of that night. When I spoke to them, they would ask me like where I'm doing, what I'm going, why am I around this area or whatnot. So they kind of already knew where I was working at. But since that first case, they was supposedly investigating the first case, right? So now, since the second scenario came about where these 3 females are on the train and they make an accusation and I get arrested, but I get released on a summons, they come to my job and arrest me multiple days later. So now when I get arrested, they come to my job and arrest me. So they're like, yeah, you're arrested, you're under arrest. We bring you to the police station tonight because of this case. It's a case where this lady is making an accusation that you sexually assaulted her on the train a couple weeks ago. Do you want to help and you got any information regarding anything, or do you want to help yourself or help us figure this out? ahead of time. You want to, get out ahead of this. And I'm like, no, I'm all right. I don't want to speak about anything. I don't know what lady you talking about. I don't remember anything like this. So I refused to speak to the police, and now they released me again with a summons and everything like that. Now, that's 2. Now, fast forward a few days later. A few days later, it was like a Friday, I got paid. And I'm happy, I'm celebrating. I get off, I'm about to go to work. I get into New Jersey, and I'm on my way to work. Before I go to work, I decided to go into a restaurant and have a meal. So I'm having a meal, and I got a bottle of wine. So I'm sitting there. I did order a bottle of wine or something like that. So I'm sitting there with a bottle of wine, and I'm eating. Everything is going well. So when I leave the restaurant, again, I kind of like jumped in an Uber, and the guy was and then the vehicle got pulled over because I guess they were investigating me and all of that. So now when I get pulled over, because maybe they was watching me and following me from the restaurant, I'm not sure. They telling me you're under arrest, whatever. We have an accusation, So now they arrest me for the trespassing, and the criminal trespassing is what it's called in New Jersey. In Pennsylvania, it might have been considered a burglary or maybe a trespass. I don't know. In New Jersey, it's considered a criminal trespass. It's a felony case. So now this is a 3rd felony case. They get me to the police officers, and they give me this police report. This guy, he's in a house with his wife or something, and apparently I walked in, and they screaming and yelling and hiding behind a counter, telling me to get out. Oh my gosh, why are you in our property? And I guess I'm supposed to be. They said I was drunk. I'm supposed to be drunk, and I'm just in their property. And then I guess they said I just turned around and walked away. So this is why they pulled me over when I'm leaving the restaurant. And then they charged me with that. Felony trespassing for entering somebody's house at night. And they cursing at me. We arguing. And altercation almost happened. So now, mine just never happened. So now they give me a police report. And I'm like, what? This never happened. Like, what the hell? They released me and everything. So now I go to work that night, because that's where I was on my way to. I still went to work that night. So now as I get to work that night, I'm still feeling queasy from the wine and everything like that. So now I'm just like sick to my stomach and everything. So now I tell the manager, like, yo, I'm kind of like sick to my stomach. Like, I think I need to leave early. So he was like, all right, well, if you feel sick to your stomach like that, then you might as well just take a break real quick and try to get some rest before you leave. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I take a little nap. Man, just like 3 in the morning, like 3 in the morning. Well, what happened was I had a tablet in my book bag, and somebody stole my tablet out the locker room. So I lost the tablet and everything like that. And then I started feeling, I felt real, I just felt bad about drinking the alcohol, the wine. So my stomach was like tore up. It was just like a bad mixture of wine and a meal I might have had. But and then the police, they ruined it anyway. So I tell the manager, he like, all right, cool, go ahead, just take a rest, take a break or whatever, and then you can clock out and leave. So in the midst of me getting everything back together, I get up and I wake up and I leave. Now, like I said, I was on Instagram the other day talking about the whole scenario. So now I leave the work facility, I go to the bank. When I get to the bank, I deposit, I withdraw, what did I do? No, I did. I deposited all my money into the bank account onto the card, and I had the receipt out, and I walk off. So now, as I get a few blocks away, I see the prosecutor's surveillance van parked on the street, and I kept it moving. And in the midst of me keeping it moving, about 10, 15 minutes down the road, the police approached me again. Excuse me, we need to talk to you. We have an accusation. Somebody saying you did something. I'm like, what? I didn't do anything. I haven't seen anybody this morning. It's like 5 in the morning, and it's like August or September. So the sun coming up, the light in the morning sky is coming up around like what, 6 or 7. So it's like early, like 5 or 6 or something. Like, so it's kind of like really dark, like relatively. Like ain't nobody really out this early. So I'm like, I ain't seen nothing. So now they they asked me these questions or whatever. I'm like, no, I didn't. Another person, a woman, saying she was sexually assaulted. So now I'm like, I didn't sexually assault anyone. I didn't see anyone. Now they asked me that would I like to come to the police station and speak to them. I'm not under arrest. They're not going to do anything like that. They just want to have my statement to X me out of the investigation. So I'm like, well, first I said no. And then that's when they came and said, well, we're not arresting you, and we're going to take you to the coffee shop so you can go and have breakfast. We know you don't feel well. You said you had some drinks last night. But yeah, we just trying to X you out the investigation, everything like that. But yeah, we ain't arresting you. Nothing's wrong. We just trying to figure out what's going on. So after that, what they kind of like said to me, kind of promised that, I said, yeah, I'll go speak to you guys, and we can get out of the way, and then we can all go about our morning. So we get to the police station. They have the interrogation. 2 police officers. They asking those same questions and everything like that. And now, I'm telling them, like, I'm walking through the neighborhood. I use the GPS, and I leave the bank. I left the bank and everything, and I'm just walking through the neighborhood, like, y'all pulling up, y'all saying this and that. Apparently somebody's saying something. I didn't see anything. Now, long story short, my phone had went off, the alarm, and then the police officer snatched the phone and threatened to get a warrant, search the phone and all of that and everything like that. So now, after a couple hours, I'm charged with another felony charge, and now they throw me in the prison right there and everything like that, and for 7 days, and then I get released because ineffective evidence, for insufficient evidence, and I don't have a criminal background in New Jersey State. So then I'm released. So now it's like 4 felony cases, and I'm released because it's all insufficient evidence, and I don't have a prior record in New Jersey. Now, the craziest thing that I want to break down and I want to clarify and make this clear for the public, for the viewers and the fans, and it's like every day all day I'm walking around with a fanny pack. You know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of fan shit going on. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fan shit though. I gotta keep the fanny. Is it like I got a fanny pack I'm carrying around all day? You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the honorable people, man. The real genuine people that really appreciate the music, appreciate the literature, appreciate ZeraFit, appreciate the lifestyle, appreciate the struggles that they've seen, and that they're hearing through the music and hearing through my last interviews and all of that, and and whatnot. Shout out to those people that genuinely care about the content, genuinely care about the substance of what's been going on in the whole thing about ZeraBrand monopoly. Now, other than that, it's just fanny pack vibes, man. Like, I don't wear a fanny pack, you know what I'm saying? But it's just all fanny pack vibes, man. Outside of that, outside of the genuine people that really care and really interested and really appreciate art, you know what I'm saying? And really appreciate, the different lifestyle that, I've been coming from and everything like that, man. Like, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to the utmost. Outside of that, man, all you fanny pack vibes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling the fanny pack vibes. I don't wear fanny packs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, I gotta carry around a fanny pack all fucking day. Excuse my language. But yeah, so now as what I'm getting to at the end. At the end of the day, like I said, I never walked into somebody's property. I never trespassed and criminal trespassed on anybody's property. Now, long story short, since I'm on probation in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, I had to go through some violation hearings and everything like that. Cost me some months, money, property, valuables, precious time away from my loved ones, etc. And you know, when I get released, the criminal trespassing charge is dismissed because it was insufficient evidence. It was a fraudulent case. It was a fraudulent police report. It never happened. You know what I'm saying? It just never happened. It was a whole fraudulent case. It was just a created case. I never walked into somebody's property. That case was dismissed. The first case where it was like a sexual assault on the train. This lady, I don't know her. That case was dismissed. Insufficient evidence, and you know, it was something about a doc. You know what I'm saying, like and whatnot. So I don't know. You know, that lady. I don't know what that lady might have been up to, what she seen that day, or what happened for her that day. But you know, that case was dismissed. Another one, and you know, again, it's just like this is what happened after Ball of Pain 1 dropped. Like all of this happened after I released my first real fishy music. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I was telling my counsel, like, I don't know, maybe it was the music. I don't know. After I dropped Ball of Pain 1, this lady made the accusation on the train. I don't know this lady. I don't have nothing against this lady, but this lady made the accusation on the train. I guess she didn't want to pursue the case. The state picked the case up because she didn't want to pursue the case, and then there wasn't no evidence in it anyway. This case was dismissed after I did months in prison and everything like that, and lost property, money, valuables, precious time away from family. This case was dismissed because of inefficient evidence, and then she didn't want to pursue the case. The state picked it up, and then they had to dismiss it. And then the second case that was dismissed was the criminal trespassing, and that's the one that's the kicker. I get charged with that case a night before the last case happened. So it's like the first case on the train, the lady made the accusation, inefficient evidence, she didn't even want to pursue it, but the state picked it up. The second case was those 3 females on the train, and in the midst of me trying to go and have a good night on a Friday, and you know, I get written a summons and stuff like that, right? So then I get charged with the first case after the second case. So the first case was the first case was the one that got dismissed when I came from those months behind bars. The third case was the criminal trespassing case that never even happened. It never existed. I never did it. It never happened. It was really a created case, a created police report and everything. And then that happened the night before. The police surveillance vans are all around the bank where I went to go deposit. I went to go deposit money into the bank. So I get a criminal trespassing case, and then I go deposit money into the bank, and then I catch another sexual assault case, and the criminal trespassing case never even happened. It was a fabricated case. And then the next morning I catch a sexual assault case. So the detail I'm going to talk about with the sexual assault case. This lady, she's apparently jogging in the morning. And it's kind of funny because I have a video in 2017 when I was rapping. I said something, they said money coming, then the jogger came. They said money coming, and I'm going to make it rain. This pure art. And I draw a box, and you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask me why I chase paper is what it's called. If you look it up on my old YouTube page, it's a rap I was doing when I had the laptop, and it was saying something like, ask me why I chase paper. Ask me. Yeah, and I was talking about a jogger coming, right? And fast forward 7, 8, 9 years. This lady is supposed to be jogging through a certain neighborhood, and apparently she sees somebody standing on a sidewalk, and he's rocking back and forth on his phone like he's going crazy. And she felt suspicious of the person, but she still ran to the corner, bent over, and tied her shoe with her backside towards the person that's on the opposite side of the street, right? And then apparently, this is what she's saying. And then apparently she, while she's tying her shoe with her back facing the guy that's apparently rocking back and forth on his phone looking suspicious in the morning, the guy apparently, allegedly runs up and grips her buttocks. and says something that she don't remember and then run off and stuff like that. So then she run to here and there, call the police and this and that. And then all of that was the details to the case. So as, you know, another detail to the case was, you know, the police canvassed the whole neighborhood and they found a video of somebody's property. They had a camera on their property, and I'm just walking past the house, looking at my phone, walking through the neighborhood. So that was like blocks away from where this person even saying it happened at, right? So that was like the small details to the case. Well, not the small details, but that was the detail to the case and everything like that. So again, I was released from those 4 felony cases in New Jersey because of inefficient evidence, and I don't have a record in New Jersey. I don't even have a record in Pennsylvania for sexual assaults or anything sexual at all, right? So that's why it's like, you know, I feel like this is necessary to have to sit down and speak about what's been going on with MBM, because since Ball of Pain dropped, this is what happened. So now, long story short, one of those sexual assault cases was dismissed. The criminal trespass case was dismissed, and you know, everything like that. And now I guess just the anticipation of the ending of the rest of this botched FBI indictment, like I kept calling it, and I'm gonna keep calling it that because that's what's all over the paperwork. And the way a criminal trespassing case was created into the court system, it was a falsified case that was created by the police. You know, what else are we calling it? It just looks like a botched FBI investigation and whatnot. So yeah, you know, that's what's going on with MBM, man. Like I said, we've been putting out a lot of music, a lot of books, a lot of content, and we still putting out a lot of ZeraFit. You know, and just with the elements of my physical condition, you know, I have to, you know, really respect it. You know what I'm saying? I can't really, you know, I still perform like I'm still 20 years old, and I still can go like I'm 20 years old, but I still have to, you know, I spend humongous amounts of money, you know, to feed this physical condition, and I spend a lot of time with therapy trying to feed this physical condition, you know what I'm saying, as far as that go. And that's just all about ZeraFit. So we were just speaking about ZeraFit, you know, we've been putting a lot of ZeraFit out, you know what I'm saying, putting a lot of that content out, you know, again, spending a lot of money to feed ZeraFit, a lot of therapy to feed ZeraFit, you know what I'm saying, like ZeraBrand Monopoly, man. So, you know, we planting the seed of Zera into the world, man, a positive seed into the world for the next generations to hopefully take advantage of, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, anything that MBM has went through that you can take from this interview, from this sit down, or from the last interviews, anything you can take from what you might hear or see, you know what I'm saying? Please do, man. You know what I'm saying? If you can avoid it, please do. If you've been through it and you can avoid it again, still, you know what I'm saying? Avoid it. You know what I'm saying, and whatever, and all of that, man. But again, we just talking about the judicial system, criminal system, the corporate system, the inner city, the ecosystem of the inner city, and everything like that. And you know, this is what it has been, you know, turning out to be. What it's been coming to, you know, what I have had to withstand, you know what I'm saying? Like all the way from, like I'm saying, 2012 with the first case all the way till now and everything like that. So, you know, man, that's kind of like the real actual breakdown of MeatBallMoney. And again, it was never broke meatball at first, you know, and like I said, never broke was just that was a slogan from the old neighborhood that I grew up in. You know, like, it was Never Broke Records. When I was growing up, that's what the older guys were doing. They was showing us that. Never Broke Records t-shirts. They was rapping, passing out CDs, selling CDs and all of that. So I grew up around that. Never Broke Records. It was just a neighborhood term, you know what I'm saying? Like, Never Brokeville, Never Broke Records, you know what I'm saying? It was actually doing something, trying to do something positive. So that's why I was never Broke Meatball at first. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a neighborhood name as far as that go. And older guys, they in their 20s, they already starting Never Broke Records, trying to get into the music industry, trying to do something like that. So, you know, that's kind of where we dropped Ball of Pain 1. Never Broke Meatball, Ball of Pain 1. We dropped Coke, you know what I'm saying? We dropped we dropped Zookeeper. We dropped what else? You Were There. We dropped a few hot tracks in that first musical release, and the first studio musical release was Ball of Pain. You know what I'm saying? My favorite one is Coke, obviously. My other favorite one is Lavish Living, and you know, I said we got You Were There. You Might Got In My Heart, and again we got the one Going So Hard. Meatball, why you going so hard? Why you going so hard? What this pain all for? Don't cry, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? We got all bangers in that one. We got all bangers in there, man. Like Ball of Pain 1, Never Broke Meatball. It's just that after what happened, where 4 felony cases happened, I get arrested, and you know, like I said, I lost precious time away from family, numerous amounts of money, numerous amounts of valuables. You know, I'm going through violation hearings and all that in Pennsylvania because of what happened and everything like that after Ball of Pain 1 release. So then I came home and I said, you know what? After all of that, I said, you know what, man? Never Broke Meatball don't serve this right no more. We got to put this on MeatBallMoney. Like, we got to put this on MeatBallMoney. So now that's the new, that's where we went at, man. From now on, that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we went. And we changed from ZeraBrand Empire to ZeraBrand Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's so much emphasis on MeatBallMoney, so much emphasis on Meatball that it's just it got out of control. It's really been getting out of control. So that's why we just monopolizing everything. The music, the books, the Zera Fit. We still got landscaping, real estate. We doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not impossible. It's not something that I haven't done or tried. You know what I'm saying? I've been successful at everything I've tried. You know what I'm saying? It's just that obviously, you know, I have someone or some in this world, in this universe, that really rather see me doing worse. And that's, again, why we have to go and update the name to MeatBallMoney. You know what I'm saying? Since all of that is facts, then we just going to put it all on money. You know what I'm saying? So enjoy MeatBallMoney, ZeraBrand Monopoly Records, ZeraBrand Monopoly Publishing, Zera Fit, and everything. 2024, you know, this is what's going on. This is the very authentic and purest release of what's going on with ZeraBrand Monopoly and MeatBallMoney, man. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. Young, indeed, yeah, such, and all of that. Yeah, and just it's an add-on clip real quick. I want to speak on, you know, that year of 2017 and 2018 when I was doing Zerascaping and I was doing the ZeraBrand clothing. For one, I want to speak on that. So yeah, in the midst of that year when I started rapping on YouTube, you know, that's when I kind of began really reaching out to other artists, you know, just trying to really find inspiration, motivation to really figure out the rap thing. So, you know, one of the guys that I was kind of always kind of, you know, listening to as far as music and everything was Arab. So again, that's where I started reaching out to Arab, you know, on the internet and stuff like that, because I was rapping on YouTube real heavy. In the process, you know, me and Ab really met in real life before, you know what I'm saying? So that was, again, just one of those motivation moments, man, where, you know, it was like confirmation that it was possible for me to, you know, just scale my career as far as rapping, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, doing music, you know what I'm saying? Where he was one of the biggest artists in Philly, in the music scene, you know what I'm saying? For me to really have met him and, you know, shake hands like that and everything like that, it just was like motivation for me, like, you know, far as the music go, you know what I'm saying? Like I could really do it. I could really scale and get to, you know, a point where everybody in Philly, everybody in the tri-state in Pennsylvania, you know, they know my music, you know what I'm saying? So, and again, I already had the other interview where I'm talking about how I met Skinny Me Mom in the hospital and all that because I had got shot and all that shit. Excuse my language, but yeah, and that was like after the fact though. That was like 2021. I stumbled across her and everything like that, but yeah. So you know, man, shout out to everybody that I met along the way. You know what I'm saying? It was all motivation, inspiration, man. It kind of helped me see that you know, far as beating the system and doing music and staying true to yourself is possible. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the little notes I wanted to talk about right quick. The other note I wanted to talk about was like I was mentioning, growing up, you know what I'm saying, Island Gardens or whatever, that situation that took place, it was like 27 people or 30 people that got indicted in that federal indictment around the cutoff, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to always put the emphasis on it, man. Like, you know, for anybody out there watching and whatever around the world, around the country, man, just always keep in mind, man, it was 30 people, and it'll be like that sometimes. It was 30 people, you know what I'm saying, and only like 2 people didn't cooperate, you know what I'm saying? And I was just blessed to know that those 2 people, it was 2 or 3 people out of those 3 maybe, you know what I'm saying, 2 definites was blood, you know what I'm saying? So that was my blood relatives, you know what I'm saying? 2 of those people that didn't cooperate in that 30 or so people indictment. You know what I'm saying? One person did about 10 or so years, 12, 13, something like that. The other person did almost 17, 18 years and gave back 45 years on a federal appeal, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, just keeping my eye on those situations, those people, man, it was just like a sign of strength. You know what I'm saying? People that was able to do stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Do that 12, 13 years, you know, come home and start over. You know what I'm saying? Do that 18 years, give 45 years back on a federal appeal. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit was easy, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that small detail, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, what happened, what's going on with MeatBallMoney, you know, when he's just 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? When, you know, the feds kicking the door in, you know what I'm saying? And all of that shit, like two to 3 times, you know what I mean? Yeah, all that, you know what I mean? Like, when they kicking the door and looking for somebody that don't even live there, you know what I'm saying? And all of that. Yeah, and shout out to, you know, Jabbo, man, and all that, man. Yeah, I'm saying, another time they come through kicking the door and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just what it was, man. It was just what it was, you know what I'm saying? ZeraBrand Monopoly is the after product, you know what I'm saying? That was being cultivated. So again, that's just a blessing, you know what I'm saying, from God, you know what I mean? But again, this is just me planting my positive seed into the world, you know what I mean? And letting people know that shit wasn't easy, and letting people know as well. You know what I'm saying? We talking about what we talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a cell with a numb nut, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in a cell with a numb nut, and I'm like, well, what we talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? Are we talking about diesel jeans and G-Star this and Louis Vuitton that? You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? Your mom don't own a house, you know what I'm saying? We talking about your rental car and your car note. What we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a trial that costs $270,000. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about dodging and being found innocent from 10 years in a state prison. You know what I'm saying? 15 years in a federal prison. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a couple $1 million being spent through the court system. You know what I mean? Like what we talking about, right? So again, it's a positive seed planted to the world, man. Planted to the universe, you know what I'm saying, for the younger youth. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully to take advantage. Cause nobody was talking. Nobody could say those things, you know what I'm saying? And maybe help me avoid some things, you know what I'm saying? Some things, some people, some places. So again, ZeraBrand Monopoly, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. Not to mention, you know, like all the streams from the music, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, you know, I haven't even been getting paid from that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been rapping since 2021. I only received like $5 on any of those streaming sites, you know what I mean? So it's just an obvious situation, you know, of my finances being blocked, right? And all that. So that's, again, why we had to change the name to MeatBallMoney. That's another reason why. You know what I'm saying? Monetizing off YouTube.
Little I know, them niggas wasn't for me, them niggas really hoes. Little I know, them niggas froze up, they wasn't on count. Little I know, she ain't on me cause I got a crazy scout. Little I know, little I know.
You know what I mean? This is just the updated conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we putting it all on MeatBallMoney. You know what I'm saying? And again, Esquire up, man. You know what I'm saying? And all that. ZeraBrand Monopoly.